Arirang Special.
남북정상회담 준비위원장의
이번 회담의 평가가 좋으면 판문점 회담이 정착될 수 있지 않을까 하는 여부가 굉장히 저희들한테는 중요합니다.
10 days ahead of the scheduled inter-Korean summit, South Korea's presidential office made an official statement.
아시다시피 또 이번 남북 정상회담은 북미 회담 그리고 경우에 따라서는 남북미 정상회담으로 이어질 수 있다는 성격이 매우 중요합니다.
The 2018 Inter-Korean Summit came amid a reconciliatory mood between the two Koreas, sparked by the PyeongChang Winter Olympics. And the world is watching to see how the summit between two very different leaders will unfold. Watching especially closely are the 6 party member nations, initially gathered to find a peaceful resolution to the North Korean nuclear issue. Will spring on the Korean Peninsula bloom eternally?
지금 우리는 한반도 평화와 번영을 위한 긴 여정의 출발선에 서 있습니다. 우리가 앞장서서 한반도의 완전한 비핵화와 항구적 평화, 남북 관계의 지속 가능한 발전이라는 세계사의 대전환을 시작하려고 합니다.
A team of presidential envoys from South Korea, headed by National Security Office Chief Chung Eui-yong, visited the North on March 5th. Meeting with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, both sides spent hours laying the groundwork for the Inter-Korean Summit, as well as other issues surrounding the Korean Peninsula.
김영철 조선노동당 중앙위원회 부위원장을 비롯한 북측 고위 인사들과도 이러한 남북 정상의 의지를 실현하기 위한 구체적 방안들에 관해 협의하였습니다.
The two Koreas confirmed they would stick to these 5 steps, adding extra impetus to preparations for the Inter-Korean Summit.
이제 한반도의 대전환의 봄, 대전환의 시간이 오고 있는 것에 대해서 가슴이 설레지요. 70년 동안이나 지속된 한반도의 냉전, 이 지구상에는 딱 하나잖아요. 한반도의 적대와 대결을 완전히 끝내는 냉전 종식, 냉전 해체의 순간이 다가오고 있다고 생각합니다.
原来我们没有预料到会这么快，但是后来发展到就是朝美进行会谈，那当然我们就会更高兴，因为我们期盼已久，就是如果朝美会谈的话，会把朝核的问题以及其他有关问题能够得到一定的解决，那当然是我们非常期待的。
이거는 대한민국의 어마어마한 그 잠재력을 국제사회에서 발휘할 수 있는 바로 크나큰 계기가 될 것이다. 평화뿐 아니라 한반도의 경제 도약에 있어서도 굉장한 기회가 될 것이다. 이렇게 생각하고 있습니다.
The first Inter-Korean Summit was held in the year 2000. The second in 2007. For the first, there were meetings between special envoys on 4 occasions in a third country. For the second, South Korea dispatched special envoys to North Korea twice. The major agenda for the first Inter-Korean Summit was economic cooperation and reunions of families separated by the Korean War. The second summit mostly covered the same issues. On March 6, 2018, the two Koreas agreed to hold a third Inter-Korean Summit. With the arrangement in place, a high-level meeting was held between the two Koreas on March 29th. What stands out is that the summit was arranged during a single visit by South Korea's special envoys. In the run-up to the previous summits, it took multiple visits.
이번에는
우리 남북 정상회담이 비핵화가 들어갔잖아요. 옛날에는 통미봉남으로 비핵화 문제는 미국과의 상의할 문제지 대한민국은 대상이 아니다 이런 입장을 북한이 취해왔는데 이번에 비핵화 문제가 남북 정상회담 문제로 들어갔다는 것 자체가 발전입니다.
基本はですね、日本や朝鮮半島を含めた東北アジアの非核化と合わせてですね、緊張緩和による平和と安定に向けて、それぞれが努力をする、そのことが重要だというふうに思っています。
Since President Moon Jae-in took office in mid-2017, he has repeatedly expressed a willingness to hold talks with North Korea. Last July, he laid out his peace initiative for the Korean Peninsula, dubbed the Berlin Declaration, during a speech in the German capital. He has since been highlighting the need for dialogue to achieve denuclearization, and within just 10 months of his Berlin Declaration, an agreement was reached to hold the Inter-Korean Summit, which will likely become a turning point for the Korean Peninsula.
那么现在也应该看得出来，现在的韩国的总统文在寅，那么确实是一个非常有远见，而且也有这个执行能力的一个总统。那么在他的努力之下，应该说向朝鲜方面释放了非常积极的、主动的信息，也让朝鲜看到了通过文在寅总统的信息。 让朝鲜看到了，那么如果他的坚持无核化坚持这个核走下去的话，对他是没有好的出路的。从这个角度来看呢
So there's a lot of important work to be done, but again, I would think it's only the start. And I think President Moon Jae-in is absolutely right to emphasize that that kind of progress can only proceed if it's in parallel with progress on denuclearization.
Задача обоих руководителей в том, чтобы какой-то диалог наладить. Тем более, что нынешний президент Республики Корея Мун Чжэ-ин явно демонстрирует достаточно самостоятельную, независимую позицию. Мне кажется, он также настроен очень позитивно в этом отношении.
한 번에 모든 문제를 다 해결하겠다는 지나친 의욕으로 접근하기보다는 이번 남북 정상회담을 계기로 오랜 기간 단절되었던 남북 관계를 복원하고 평화와 번영의 한반도로 나아가는 튼튼한 지짐돌을 놓는다는 생각으로 임해주기 바랍니다.
Anticipation is building for the Inter-Korean Summit. 3 key areas will be covered: denuclearization, fostering peace on the Korean Peninsula, and improving ties.
한반도 비핵화 문제, 또 평화 정착 문제, 그리고 남북관계 발전 문제, 또 이런 것을 중심으로 해서 계속해서 양측 간에 실무적으로 협의를 해나가게 될 것입니다.
분명히 북한도 이번 남북 정상회담을 계기로 자신들이 정상국가가 되기를 바라기 때문에 적어도 합의문에서 비핵화 문제, 긴장 해소 문제, 평화 정착 문제 이런 그 화두들을 문서상으로 충분히 저는 받아내리라고 봅니다. 문제는 이제 그 뒤에 이행 분야에 돌입했을 때 어떻게 북한이 착실히 이행하느냐 이 문제만 이제 남아 있는데.
The question one could ask is, well, could these talks lead to a denuclearization of the peninsula, which really means North Korea giving up their nuclear weapons program? The answer is yes. It could lead to that. To expect it to lead to it very quickly, I think, would be utterly inappropriate. That's where the expectation should be modest, that we would improve the atmosphere, reduce tensions, have further discussions that ultimately result in a normalization of relations between North and South and North and USA.
The international community welcomed the announcement that the 2 Koreas would be holding a summit. The responses of the 6 party nations that have been at the forefront of the North Korean nuclear issue was of particular interest to the world.
Of course, the nation that'll be most closely watching the results of the Inter-Korean Summit is the United States. So far, Donald Trump has offered strong support for Moon Jae-in's policies on North Korea, and the two are said to have spoken on the phone often to discuss it. And upon hearing that the 2 Koreas had agreed on a summit, Trump welcomed it.
citizens will...
President Trump took to Twitter to express his support and highlight the efforts being made on North Korea. And then, soon after, there was another announcement that surprised the world.
Kim pledged that North Korea will refrain from any further nuclear or missile tests, and he expressed his eagerness to meet President Trump as soon as possible. President Trump appreciated the briefing and said he would meet Kim Jong-un by May to achieve permanent denuclearization.
It's pretty head-snapping because I think that everybody was focused in a completely different direction and we were on a trajectory toward confrontation. And I think that a lot of people, especially external observers, had low confidence either that Kim Jong-un could realize the growing danger or that President Trump would turn in a different direction in the context of growing danger of confrontation on the peninsula.
Kim clearly felt the pressure of the U.S. maximum pressure campaign. The Trump administration has very effectively applied two elements of national power. Military power, by deploying assets to the region, by emphasizing our U.S. commitment to the U.S.-South Korea alliance, to the U.S.-Japan alliance, to our friends, allies, and partners in the region.
The upcoming summits have become a hot topic in the U.S. Think tanks in Washington have been scrambling to try and analyze the impact of the landmark talks, as well as forecast the outcomes.
Whether Moon-Kim goes well is going to have an enormous impact on Trump-Kim. If the Moon-Kim summit doesn't go well in 2 weeks, Trump may not even meet.
They are worried about Donald Trump and all the talk in the first year of his administration about some sort of military strike. And I think they've probably seen things they had not seen before, not just words, but maybe things they had not seen before.
However, the previous hostility between Kim Jong-un and Donald Trump and the unpredictable nature of both leaders mean there's a degree of uneasiness hanging over the North Korea-US summit.
Based on what we know so far, it is safe to assume that the summit will happen. That said, it depends on a lot of factors. Who knows what happens during the Inter-Korean summit? Who knows what happens between now and then? President Trump's style is unconventional. President Trump is not a career politician. President Trump is not a career diplomat. Perhaps he took both South and North Koreans by surprise.
We need to be prepared to respond to those in a way, President Trump needs to be, in a way that will balance the outcome and make it a win-win for North Korea and the U.S., and not a North Korean win and a U.S. loss. So this is really tricky negotiation. The personalities are tricky, but also the issues are very tricky.
What we do know, obviously, is that he made a decision to open up a path, which Seoul then embraced and has moved forward with in the inter-Korean path. And now, of course, President Trump making this rather surprising and quick decision to say, all right, let's start at the top and see where we get from there. It's very unconventional. I think it has many risks and dangers. But it's something that we all have to, I think, do our part, if we can, to see if we can figure out a way to support a path towards a peaceful resolution and denuclearization.
President Trump has said he's ready for talks, but one demand he has continued to call on is for Kim to denuclearize. Whether North Korea is truly willing remains the key question.
Now, President Trump is not going to give Kim Jong-un everything in the world that Kim Jong-un wants. He's going to give him a balance. I think the president can then describe that as, I made some compromises, he made some compromises. We are hopeful that this is going to proceed, but we also know that we have to verify with North Korea because we have a lot of bad experience with North Korea in negotiations before. So I think I am hopeful that it is the latter that he comes back with and not the former. But it could be either way. And I think President Trump is pretty well prepared to take either line if he has to.
The first requisite is that North Korea makes a full, complete declaration of its nuclear program. Historical declaration, all the facilities which it has today and has had in the past, but dismantled. And then we need to have assurances that the inspectors can do all the job which is required on those places. This doesn't need to be done on the first day. This can be done in a sequence. But the declaration has to be in the beginning.
It's still, I think, a big question in my mind as to whether or not Kim Jong-un and his regime have made a strategic decision that indeed they are prepared to abandon and dismantle their nuclear weapons, or whether they see themselves going into something more like an arms control negotiation. So that's what needs to be explored, I think, in the coming days and months.
Both South Korea and the US had been saying that getting North Korea's commitment to denuclearize remains the primary objective. Then, less than a week to go before the Inter-Korean summit, Pyongyang threw an unexpected announcement into the mix.
주체 107 2018년 4월 21일부터 핵시험과 대륙간 탄도로켓 시험 발사를 중지할 것이다. 핵시험 중지를 투명성 있게 담보하기 위하여 공화국 북부 핵시험장을 폐기할 것이다.
Kim Jong-un declared that North Korea would halt nuclear and missile tests starting April 21st. He added they would also shut down the Punggiri nuclear test site. The decision was announced at a plenary meeting of the North's ruling party on April 20th. The regime claims it has perfectly accomplished developing a state nuclear force and that it would now concentrate all efforts on pursuing economic growth. It was also made official by passing a resolution pledging the end to nuclear and missile testing. North Korea's announcement was welcomed by regional players, including South Korea, the US, China and Japan, and it also raised expectations for the Inter-Korean summit.
실질적으로 북한이 작년 11월 달에 핵무력의 완성을 선언했거든요. 그러나 경제 발전은 이루지를 못했어요. 여기서 이제 북한이 비핵화를 하겠다는 의지를 표명한 것은 경제 발전을 더욱더 우선시하겠다는 이런 어떤 방침이라고 봅니다.
실제 이런 남북 정상회담에서 그 종전 선언 또는 평화체제, 남북한 평화체제 구축, 이것은 필수적인 사항일 것이다. 북한이 요구하는, 어쩌면 북한이 바라는. 그 다음에 그 북미 간의 정상회담을 통해서 또 종전 선언을 한다든가 종전선언을 바탕으로 해서 또 새로운 국제사회에 편입하기 위한 그런 노력을 한다는 것 자체가 어찌 보면 하나의 프로세스로 연결되어 있다고 볼 수 있습니다.
The North Korea-US summit is now expected to take place in June, and Trump has revealed a short list of locations has been drawn up. The recent revelation that former CIA director and Secretary of State in waiting Mike Pompeo's secret visit to Pyongyang in early April has been seen as another sign that the green light has been given for the meeting.
It was not surprising that this is something that would have occurred outside of the spotlight of the media and that we would learn about it later. I didn't know exactly when or how or who was going to be executing that particular mission to talk to the North Koreans. But I think that it is interesting and probably important that Pompeo was the one who was tasked to carry out that mission.
It's not like the U.S. is going in there blind. Pompeo already met with Kim Jong-un. He met with him. They've already talked. They didn't just watch a basketball game. They clearly talked substance. If Pompeo had come back and said, I don't think they're serious or whatever else, Trump would probably have a different tune. So I don't know what they said, but these are not substanceless meetings. Those are the important meetings.
With the promise of an inter-Korean summit, the world honed in on China's stance.
Over the past couple of years, China had joined forces with the international community to slap crippling sanctions on North Korea. But with Pyongyang agreeing to hold talks with Seoul in early March, Beijing seems to have reassessed this diplomatic situation.
With the Inter-Korean Summit agreed upon, Beijing released a statement through its foreign ministry welcoming the development. On March 25th, Kim Jong-un traveled to Beijing, an unexpected summit with China's President Xi Jinping, before his scheduled meetings with the leaders of South Korea and the United States. Kim's trip to Beijing came as a surprise to many, even to experts in China.
虽然是秘密的，是在访问完之后我们才知道，但是在当时那个规模非常非常的大，所以这个呢，而且当时访问之后发表的新华社发表的这个文章非常非常的长，这也是最近几年中朝关系中比较罕见的一个现象。那么在我看起来，这个报道呢，主要是。
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un's first official trip was here to Beijing, meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping. Now, during their encounter, the North Korean leader reportedly said that he was committed to denuclearization and that he also agreed to resume the six-party talks, which was last held some 10 years ago. Now, the question is, what drove the North Korean leader to meet with President Xi weeks before his respective summits with the leaders of South Korea and the U.S.?
During his meeting with President Xi, Kim Jong-un repeatedly reaffirmed his stance on denuclearizing North Korea. But why this sudden U-turn? Does Kim Jong-un really intend to give up his regime's nuclear arsenal? We spoke with Professor Jae-in, a close friend of the former North Korean leader Kim Jong-il. Jae, who studied at the prestigious Kim Il-sung University in Pyongyang, knew the regime's founder and his son, Kim Jong-il.
그리고 이거 전부 정일이가 준 거지. 이 도자기들.
언제 받으셨는지 여쭤봐도 돼요?
그 여러 번 나눠서 그다음에 김일성 주석한테서 받은 것들은 뭐 돗자리 같은 것들.
A frequent traveler to North Korea, Jae knows the regime inside and out.
김정은 그 위원장도 저는 처음에 29인가 아버지가 돌아가니까 그 자리에 올랐는데 걱정을 많이 했습니다. 북한으로서는 안보 문제, 경제 발전 문제 이 두 가지 열쇠를 가질 수 있다 이렇게 생각을 하는 것 같아요. 그러니까 북미 관계에서는 제가 알기에는 벌써 70년대 제가 북한의 간부들한테서 들은 것부터 해도 70년대부터 미국하고 관계 개선을 여러 면으로 시도했던 겁니다.
Could the Inter-Korean Summit be the key to solving the North Korea nuclear issue?
지난번 한국 특사대표단이 평양 가서 김정은 위원장 만났을 때 김정은 위원장의 말씀 가운데 두 가지가 아주 중요하다고 생각을 합니다. 하나는 핵을 놓겠다. 두 번째는 핵무기, 상용 무기를 포함해서 남에 대한 무력은 다시는 없을 것이다. 이 두 가지는 첫째는 핵 폐기를 선언한 거예요. 두 번째는 남북의 정전, 그러니까 남북의 전쟁을 평화로, 그러니까 종전 선언을 이제 전쟁은 하지 말자. 그것을 선언한 거다.
The possibility North Korea might abandon its nuclear weapons also caught China by surprise. With the regime's continual provocations, China was left with little choice but to join hands with the international community in imposing crushing economic sanctions on one of its closest allies. It left their relations in an awkward spot.
那么金正恩上台，从2011年上台到现在才6、7年的时间，就连续进行了4次核试验，一次比一次这个规模大，而且现在是氢弹试验，据说也成功了。所以这些呢，可能对中国来说，就非常非常的不愉快。因此呢，中国考虑到自己的国际地位、国际形象，另外考虑到中美关系，所以也加大了对朝鲜的制裁。那么在制裁这个过程中，当然朝鲜就非常非常的这个不喜欢中国，所以中朝关系有一段时间非常非常的恶化。
But Kim Jong-un's trip to Beijing appears to have lifted that cloud, bringing the two sides closer together as they approach the topic of denuclearization.
中朝关系由于两国领导人这是习经会以后，中朝的关系肯定会得到了缓解，从原来的紧张关系恢复到就是两个国家在战略上的沟通，关系恢复到逐渐在恢复和发展，所以这样的话对我们中朝两国对整个朝鲜半岛应该是有利的，也有利于这个朝韩之间的关系会谈，也有助于朝鲜跟美国之间的一种关系。
那么从对朝鲜来说呢，虽然和韩朝关系和美朝关系有所缓和，但是毕竟它还是对抗关系，因此它也需要中国的帮助。另外还需要，比如在对话之前呢，那么需要中国作为它的一个后盾，这样他和这个特朗普和这个文在寅这个谈判的时候呢，他讨价还价的价码就会更高。
Kim Jong-un has had no official contact with any of the leaders of allied countries since taking power. Why the sudden shift in tone? Watchers say unforgiving international sanctions have finally had their desired effect.
那么这种制裁给朝鲜造成了很大的这个经济上的困难，甚至于包括金正恩他自己的这个政治上的这种管理。也受到了很大的这个约束，因为金正恩他需要有这种金钱、有外汇，那么来维持他这个政治体制的稳定。所以国际社会的制裁让金正恩感觉到他的这种能力受到很大的这个打击和压制。
북한이 정말 핵을 내려놓지 않고는 경제적인 어려움, 국제적인 고립, 그로 인한 내부 체제의 동요 그런 걸 막을 방법이 없다. 라는 그런 판단을 했다면 아마 이번에야말로 북한이 핵을 그냥 내려놓는 척하는 게 아니라 확실히 내려놓고 그것과 함께 미국, 일본과의 수교, 그다음에 제재의 해제, 그리고 북한 경제 회생을 위한 남북 간 또 국제사회와의 어떤 지지, 교류 이런 것들 김정은 위원장의 머릿속에는 그런 그림이 그려져 있을 가능성 그런 어떤 기대감이 있을 가능성이 있다고 생각합니다.
Kim Jong-un just follows in his father and grandfather's footsteps. So to me, it was quite a logical follow-up. Yeah, maybe it was a risky game for Kim Jong-un, given that the peninsula was, quite close to what seemed like a major military conflict. But we can see that his strategy is probably paying off.
Russia, another traditionally key player in North Korean affairs, has also responded favorably towards President Moon Jae-in's approach to Pyongyang.
Despite Russia offering support for South Korea and the US opening talks with North Korea, there are some who will say Moscow's influence has been largely sidelined. But that may not tell the entire story, as there are now rumors that Kim Jong-un is planning to visit Russia in May to meet with Vladimir Putin.
Back-to-back meetings with China, South Korea, and potentially the US have led to expectations that a North Korea-Russia summit could also be in the pipeline. North Korea's Foreign Minister Ri Hong-ho's recent visit to Moscow further fueled this speculation, although there are some in Russia who question the need for a meeting between Kim and Putin.
I suppose no need just for shaking hands. You know, if President Putin meet Kim Jong-un for shaking hands, that means he supports him. I do not think it's the best time to support Kim Jong-un, because to my mind, nobody believes him. He plays his own game, and nobody believes.
Just now, I'm very skeptical about this meeting between Putin and Kim Jong-un, because on the Putin side, I think it's he is in the beginning of no such kind of term, and for him, I think it's very important to find the right solution. And he is not very active. He has no real intention to cooperate with Kim Jong-un. Why? Because just now Russia has a different, it's a so-called regional crisis.
However, expectations of a North Korea-Russia meeting remain, especially as when Kim met with Chinese leader Xi Jinping in March, he's said to have talked up the possibility of resuming the six-party talks. Between August 2003 and September 2007, representatives from South and North Korea, the US, China, Russia and Japan got together, forming the six-party talks to try and resolve the nuclear crisis on the Korean Peninsula. They gathered 6 times during that period, but they have not met in 11 years now, after North Korea continued to develop nuclear weapons and decided to pull out.
预见吧，也有可能六方会谈，也许有可能，会延续，几个领导人会谈以后会不会重启？这个当然我们现在还不好说，恐怕有待形势的一种发展。还有主要是三国两国领导人两个韩朝、美朝会谈之后的这种结果发展来看，当然从我个人来讲，应该是支持六方会談繼續的這種發展，因為六方會談的一些精神。
朝鮮戦争の平和協定の問題は当然4者、つまりアメリカ、韓国、中国、北朝鮮が当然関わるわけですから、そういう意味では4者ということの重要性ということは出てきますし、それからそこに例えば例えば経済協力の問題とかそういうことが出てくる、それから非核化の問題も私はやはり6者という問題が出てくると思いますし、
그 문제는 아직 예단할 수 없지만 저는 성급히 육자회담을 하면은 더 복잡해진다. 지금 북한과 미국 간에 빨리 정리가 돼서 중심의 가닥을 잡고 나서 해야지 괜히 문제도 해결도 안 되는데 육자회담 해가지고 또 이거를 복잡하게 만들 필요가 있느냐 이렇게 생각합니다.
비핵화가 합의가 되면 그것을 이행을 해야 되지 않겠습니까? 그럼 그 이행하는 그런 단계는 여러 단계로 나눠질 수밖에 없습니다. 그리고 그 단계마다 일정 정도 보상을 해줘야 됩니다. 경제적 보상을 하든 물론 정치 외교적 보상을 하든 해줘야 되기 때문에 근데 그 해주는 것은 물론 미국만 해줄 수는 없어요. 따라서 자연스럽게 육자회담은 열릴 수밖에 없습니다.
While the views of the six-party talk nations differ, Japan has been taking a cautious approach.
This is Shibuya, the heart of Tokyo. Now, Japan, too, like many other regional players concerned, has welcomed the Inter-Korean Summit. However, there are voices within the country that warn denuclearization pledges must be thoroughly clarified to achieve concrete outcomes and to avoid mistakes of the past.
News of a possible summit between Washington and Pyongyang, as well as a surprise meeting between the leaders of China and North Korea, shocked many in Japan. It sparked concern in Japan that Tokyo was being sidelined from the developments on the Korean Peninsula.
일본이 지금 패싱 당하고 있다라는 평가가 지배적인데 저는 개인적으로는 뭐 그렇게 생각하고 있지는 않습니다. 아무래도 일본 정부가 미국 정부 국제사회하고 잘 보조를 맞춰서 해온 결과다. 뭐 아베 총리도 그렇게 말씀을 하고 있습니다만은 그런 부분이 확실히 있는 것 같습니다.
진짜 북한하고 아베 정부가 관계 정상화할 생각은 없다고 생각합니다. 아베 씨는 그런 사람이 아니거든요. 근데 다만 지금의 일시적인 그러니까 어려움을 그러니까 벗어나기 위해서 북한란 카드를 사용하고 있는 것이고, 근데 일본 빠싱을 하는데 지금 북한에 대해서 일본이 카드가 없어요. 무역도 완전히 그러니까 없는 상태고 인적인 교류도 없고 그래서 더 이상 카드가 없는데 소외 당할 수밖에 없죠.
But there have been reports in Japan that Prime Minister Abe requested a meeting with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. It appears Abe is keen to shake off domestic concerns that Japan is being isolated. If it works out, it'll be the first summit between Japan and North Korea in 14 years.
それから日朝首脳会談は実際2002年にそれから2005年にすでに2004年かなやっているので過去にも事例があるわけですね。したがって私は可能だというふうに思います。ただこれは日本の国内問題ともちょっと関わるので本当にできるかどうか、逆に言うと国内問題があるから逆にやろうとするかもしれませんけども.
일본은 너무 당한 나머지 북한하고 대화도 할 수 있다. 북일 수교, 북일 회담 이야기까지 꺼냈습니다. 그거는 현재까지 일본은 대화가 아니라 계속 강하게 압박한다는 것이었습니다. 그런데 갑자기 바뀌었어요. 이것은 일본이 외교적으로 상당한 실패를 거듭하고 있다라는 것을 스스로 보여주고 있어서 계속 그러한 혼미산대에 약간 있는 모습을 볼 수가 있습니다.
If the Prime Minister met with the Kim Jong-un and nothing comes out of the meeting regarding the action, I'm not entirely sure how the Japanese public would react to that. Therefore, there would have to be a very, very precise preparation for holding anything like the Japan DPRK summit. And again, it's not the time for that. I think what we need to be seeing is a sort of development regarding denuclearization first.
While speculation swirled of a possible summit between Japan and North Korea, Prime Minister Abe arranged a visit to the United States. North Korea topped the agenda during his talks with U.S. President Donald Trump. Abe requested that President Trump bring up the issue of North Korea's abduction of Japanese citizens during the 1970s and 80s when he meets with Kim Jong-un.
하나는 그러니까 일본 사람이 납치됐던 납치 문제를 고려해달라. 또 하나는 그러니까 압력을 계속해야 한다. 그 두 개를 그러니까 전달하기 위해서인데 저는 그거에는 약간 한계가 있다고 생각합니다. 하나는 납치 문제는 그러니까 남의 부탁을 하는 것이 아니고 일본 정부가 스스로 해야 하는 겁니다.
At a joint press conference, the two leaders announced that they will continue to keep pressuring North Korea until denuclearization is achieved. Abe also makes clear there will be no change to Japan's approach of maintaining maximum pressure on Pyongyang.
最大限の圧力を維持し、北朝鮮に対し非核化に向けた具体的行動を実際に実施するよう求めていくとの
This is probably the last opportunity. Last opportunity meaning that very, very difficult for North Korea. They may decide to sort of, return to the development of nuclear weapon. And the road ahead of that
will have to be faced with very severe response from the international community. International community wouldn't like to risk the possibility of war.
존경하는 국민 여러분, 한반도의 평화 정착으로 국민의 삶이 평화롭고 안정되어야 합니다. 한반도에서 전쟁은 두 번 다시 있어서는 안 됩니다. 우리의 외교와 국방의 궁극의 목표는 한반도에서 전쟁의 재발을 막는 것입니다.
Among the three goals stated in President Moon Jae-in's policy on the Korean Peninsula is the aim to develop what he calls a new economic community. Through it, the plan is to build a, quote, new economic order that will bring peace and prosperity to the peninsula as well as to Northeast Asia as a whole. This has also been dubbed the new northern policy.
사실 북방 정책의 결실은 남북 관계 개선으로 이어졌어야 되는데 사실은 결실로 이어지질 못했어요. 남북 기본 합의서도 만들고 비핵화 선언도 했지만 그게 결국 안 됐죠. 그래서 제가 볼 때는 지금 정부가 북방 정책이라고 하는 것은 그때와 차별화해서 새롭게 이제 중국, 러시아 이런 걸 통해서 북한과의 관계를 개선하고 획기적인 그런 변화, 평화 그런 걸 모색하고자 하는 그런 뜻으로 보는데 취지는 굉장히 좋다고 봐요.
As North Korea makes moves to show tangible intent towards denuclearization and peace, there's one region to which South Korea is paying particular attention. Primorsky Krai is in the far eastern district of Russia and has strategic significance as it's where the border is shared with China and North Korea.
Now, the road on the right leads to China, but the road on the left here leads all the way to North Korea, just about half an hour drive away. And there's the rail line next to it as well. Now, if relations between the two Koreas improve, this route could connect all the way to South Korea as well, meaning that this small Russian village could become an important transit hub in the future.
That route passes through Hasan, a small locality by the Tumen River facing North Korea. Hasan is connected to North Korea via sea and rail. This route has been under development for a long time under the Rajin-Hasan project. The project's aim is to renovate the rail line connecting Russia's Hasan with North Korea's Rajin, as well as modernize the port of Rajin in order to establish it as an international logistics hub. The joint venture between North Korea and Russia was announced in 2008. The old, run-down 54-kilometer rail track running between Hasan and Rajin was replaced and new stations were opened. Professor Alexander Latkin of the Vladivostok State University of Economics and Service has spent years researching the northern policy as well as traveling between the two Koreas.
Что касается порта Раджин, то я там был, и там много есть проектов. Это прежде всего перегрузочные комплексы, которые создавались с участием России, потому что у нас есть железная дорога, которая соединяет Хасан с портом Раджин, ну и она идет дальше. И, конечно, много сейчас есть перспективных разговоров о том, что эту дорогу надо модернизировать, проводить ее модернизацию, потому что часть грузов из России, из Сибири вполне могут пойти на порт Раджин. И у нас здесь есть потенциал нашего транспортного сотрудничества большой.
Russia has also pumped a fortune into modernizing Rajin's port, some estimates saying up to $300 million. The wharf has been resurfaced with concrete. The track for a movable crane to load coal and fuel tanks has also been newly installed, and the port itself has been made deeper from 9 to 12 meters, so larger boats can dock.
Ну, много достоинств, прежде всего то, что это глубоководный порт, очень удобная бухта, но недостатки – это техническая обеспеченность порта, она слабая. И в ту пору, когда я посещал, это старое крановое оборудование, вот, которые надо было заменять, технологии устаревшие, которые надо было заменять. Ну а перегрузочные комплексы там, я говорю, с участием России были построены, и Раджин может перерабатывать огромный объем грузов. При технологическом обновлении вот этого порта он может стать очень важным портом у нас.
The Rajan-Hassan Railway is of particular interest. The rail line is undergoing renovation, but once this is complete, it's expected to be able to handle transport of up to 4 million tons of goods or 100,000 cargo containers annually.
나디나산 프로젝트는 여러 가지 경제성이 안 나와서 힘들어요, 사실은. 적자가 많아가지고 러시아 철도공사가 겨우 버티고 있는데 빨리 북핵 문제가 풀려서 제재가 풀려야 저게 뭐 화물이 운송이 되고 가능한 것이고 지금은 나디나산이 벌크 화물 중심입니다. 말 그대로 석탄이라든지 이런. 근데 컨테이너 항으로 돼야 저 경제성이 나오거든요.
The Rajan-Hassan rail line is primarily expected to be used to transport coal commodities, but it has the potential for much more. That's because it straddles the Trans-Siberian Railway and the Trans-Korean Railway. The Rajan-Hassan line could complete a link between Europe and East Asia. Now, these South Korean diggers on these trains are about to head in that direction a few thousand kilometers through Russia and into Europe. But they've had to be shipped here by sea first. Now, if this rail line was linked all the way through North Korea and into South Korea as well, there's a potential for direct access connecting South Korea and Europe.
Actually, I have to tell you, it's my dream to board a train in Vladivostok and go all the way through Hassan, Rajin, Pyongyang, to Seoul and Busan. Yeah, so in terms of geography, it's an obvious option, and actually the basic rail network is already there. So the main obstacles are political and security. So if we remove those political obstacles, actually, yeah, we would get huge economic benefits, and we would contribute to creating a true economic community of Northeast Asia, which would be of huge benefit to everyone in Northeast Asia, including North Korea, South Korea, Russia, China, Mongolia, probably Japan too.
The current situation, it's not very, it's some kind of positive, but when we try to understand the future, as a historian, I know, it's just now, it's not very good, but tomorrow will be better. And that is the reason why Russia is still participating in such kind of project,
Прежде всего, я очень уважаю политику, проводимую правительством Республики Корея, потому что я давно сотрудничаю с Республикой Корея, и эта политика мне нравится своей продуманностью, взвешенностью, грамотностью. И в этой связи я верю в то, что президент Республики Корея вместе со своей управленческой командой все-таки найдут вариант установления лучших отношений, чем сейчас есть. Потому что это в интересах корейского народа, это в интересах Корейского полуострова, и это в интересах многих других стран нашего мирового сообщества.
아직 성급한 낙관이나 기대는 금물입니다. 그러나 가능하다면 남북관계 개선과 한반도 평화의 정기를 만들기 위해 최선을 다하겠습니다.
The highly anticipated meeting between the leaders of the two Koreas is just moments away. The moment when North Korean leader Kim Jong-un walks toward the Peace House in Panmunjom will be beamed live around the world. A hotline is also currently installed for direct communication between the two leaders, further raising anticipation for the historic summit.
There are two sides, and I would caution against from being either extreme. The one extreme is couple summits and boom, poof, problem solved, right? The other side is the excessive pessimism that says it'll never work, you can never talk to them, nothing will happen. That's why you do diplomacy. This is hard. It's not easy.
但是问题呢，无核化的问题呢， 也不是一步到位，一下就能解决的。所以我想呢，伴随着无核化的解决，可能是逐步的解决。所以东北亚的合作跟无核化的问题，可能它有一个不同步，甚至也可能是无核化逐步解决，东北亚的一种合作经济合作问题呢，也会伴随着一步一步的得到解决。这样。
I do not think we have any serious results after this meeting. I do hope it will be the start of negotiation, not of the finish of this stage, not the finish of this stage.
韓国の役割が非常に重要になると思います。で、具体的にはそうですね、やはりとりあえずはこの南北の平和共存をある種制度化していくと。
대북 제재도 완화될 것이고 또 우리의 대북 투자도 다시 이루어질 가능성이 높거든요. 그렇다고 한다면 이제 한반도 비핵화, 평화 체제, 남북 관계 개선 이것이 이루어지는 것이 되는 것이고 이렇게 되면은 한반도가 이제 평화가 정착이 되고 오는 거죠. 평화가 오는 거죠. 새로운 이제.
From escalated tensions and the fear of war to momentum towards friendship and reconciliation. The eyes of the world will be fixed on the two Koreas on April 27th. A day that will be remembered as a historic milestone on the road to peace.